Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. And welcome back to the continuation of the side effects of eating disorders. Last time it was mental and emotional, and today is going to probably be quicker than the last video, and it's the physical side effects of eating disorders. As I mentioned in the previous video, these are the side effects that I have experienced. There are a lot more, but this is just my firsthand knowledge. Starting out, sensitive skin and hair. Now, there was a time where I was constantly in pain, and it was my hair and my skin. If I felt a breeze on my skin, it felt like needles scraping along my skin. There were times where if you touched my hair, like just like that, it felt like you were pinching me. Like super hard pinches in my hair. I was super sensitive to touch of any kind. It just hurt. And I was also super sensitive to temperature. So cold all the time, constantly freezing. I remember there was a summer, it was around 80, almost 90 degrees outside, and I had a sweatshirt on and sweatpants and socks. I was freezing. I had protruding bones like sticking out from like here, and this was a lot more defined, and my backbone, I mean, you could see every vertebrae, and the wings in the back were just sticking out, and they hurt. I would have bruises from where the bones were pushing through on the skin, and my limbs hurt, and my muscles were sore all the time, and it was a struggle to lift my body and walk because it hurt so much. There was a time where I was constantly dizzy. I would stand up and I would get the spots. I would sit down and I would have the spots. I would close my eyes and I could see spots. When I started eating again, and I mean really eating again, I was always nauseous after anything I ate. It didn't matter if I ate this much or this much or this much. I just felt like throwing up after everything. I could just feel the food wanting to come back up. And I still experience this rarely, but from like time to time it'll happen. There are some things that when I eat, I will like burp up vomit, and that's not fun. That's not pleasant. But my nausea while eating, after eating, has definitely decreased by like 90%. It was very difficult to gain weight at first. Not so much anymore, but at first it was very hard because my body was basically relearning how to do everything it was meant to do naturally. So it was just very difficult to gain I want to say it was probably like 15 pounds in, and then my body 15-20 pounds in, and then my body started to like kind of get the gist of what it's supposed to be doing. I am very protective of my teeth, and the fact that I developed bulimia still upsets me due to the fact that I'm very protective of my teeth. So I experienced tooth pain, and this is not a sob story. I mean, I did it to myself. I'm aware I am the culprit, but this is just a side effect of being bulimic, having sore teeth, having sore gums. The next side effect is one that, is the worst, and it's bloating. Constantly being bloated because your body's not used to a lot of foods, and it's relearning. And when you're bulimic, you're taking in a lot of air every time you throw up. So your stomach is gonna bloat. Your body is going to bloat. It's going to happen. Before, when I was bloated, I would take like laxatives to relieve some of the pressure and take some of the stuff out of you, which is funny because laxatives cause you to bloat even more right before the release. But that's something I used to do. So now I've had to learn natural ways of relieving bloating. And sometimes when you're bloated, you don't want to eat, and you have to tell yourself you have to. You have to eat, and you have to drink water and drink tea and get a lot of liquids in. I think that's the most important thing when relieving bloat, is get a lot of liquids in first, and that'll relieve some of it. And then dried fruits are great. Dates dates and raisins are the two that I eat predominantly, like all the time, to help with the bloat, and also watery vegetables, so like lettuce and cucumbers and tomatoes and things like that, and fruit. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna tell you, eat all the plants. Anything with a high water content is going to be really great to help relieve bloating. In addition to bloating, I also experience abnormal bowel movements and low colon functionability. I mentioned in previous videos, I didn't poop for many weeks when I stopped taking laxatives, and I still struggle with constipation and not being able to go to the bathroom because my colon is not at its best. It's still working through some things, just like I am. My insides are too. Another physical side effect of eating disorders is new food allergies. I have discovered that I am allergic to a lot of things, and these things I have never been allergic to before, never had a problem before. But when you starve yourself, your body doesn't know how to process things anymore. It loses that ability. I have a long list of allergies that I can't eat, and that sucks because it's things that are delicious, like peanut butter. That's probably one of the worst side effects that I have discovered from my eating disorder is I can't eat a lot of things because I've killed part of my body. Whenever you do something unnatural to your body, it's going to have negative repercussions. And inflammation of like your intestines, infection in your stomach and in your intestines are part of the package when you harm your insides. A lot of it comes from your body's inability to absorb nutrients. Like in my case, starved myself for many years. Just like I stopped caring, my body stopped caring. And so it didn't need to work as hard on things because I wasn't making it work as hard. And it stopped being able to absorb nutrients, which then leads to a whole lot of health problems later on. After I stopped starving myself and I developed my bulimia, when you eat food and then your body, it goes down into your stomach and your body's like trying to digest it, and then all of a sudden something comes in and is forcing the reverse. It puts a lot of pressure on your stomach, which your body's like trying to hold on to the nutrients and you're trying to force it out. It's a very like rewinding process, which your body's like, okay, fine, take it. I don't need it. When in fact you do need it. So your body loses a lot of abilities, or their abilities slow down. Some more internal side effects include hemorrhoids, which are awesome because there is nothing more exciting and thrilling than to lose blood from your butthole every day. That's something I look forward to a lot. Thyroid issues, like in the past they affected people like 40s and on, and I'm in my 20s and I have a thyroid issue, and a lot of people I know who have put their bodies through hell have thyroid issues, and they are developing earlier and earlier in life. And this is just another side effect of not letting our bodies do its job properly. Digestion issues. Again, you're doing something unnatural to your body. You're not allowing it to do its job. Heart issues. I suffered a heart attack because my heart couldn't take it anymore. My heart had nothing to live for, I had nothing to live for, and my heart stopped. All because I was not treating my body with respect and I was not putting the proper nutrients and benefits into my body. Your body can only do so much. Your internal organs can only do so much. You kind of have to meet it halfway. You gotta let it do its job, but its job needs you to do your job of feeding it. Breathing problems, which kind of goes with the heart problem. When your heart is failing, your lungs tend to fail as well. And lastly, not a real big one, but it is a side effect, low energy. If you're not putting energy in, your body will not have energy to give you, and therefore it's going to be very difficult for you to do any of the things you enjoy, like physical activity, working out, going out with friends, living. You need energy for that, and where is energy from? It's from food. So you have to feed your body, which feeds your mind, which makes you better. So those are the physical side effects of an eating disorder, the ones that I myself have experienced. There are a lot more out there, as I've mentioned before. Everyone who has had an eating disorder has had a different experience. We're all different, so different experiences. But again, this is just what I went through, and what I now find is the aftermath of it. This is now what I get to deal with. And let me reiterate and say, this is not, don't feel sorry for me. Don't think I'm like looking for sympathy, or this is my sob story. Oh, look at me. Look what I have to deal with. No, don't. I did this to myself. This is my doing, and this is something I have to deal with, and this is something I have to get through. These are the side effects. These are the consequences, and I'm taking responsibility of the fact that I harmed myself. And I think that is that's also important for people to realize, is you have to take responsibility of your actions. And if your actions are negative and your actions are stupid, you're going to have negative side effects. You're going to have negative consequences. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the previous one as well. If you didn't get a chance to see that one, there'll be a link in the description box below, and enjoy that one as well if you're watching it for the first time. If you did enjoy, if you learned anything, please give this video a like. For more videos about diets, eating disorders, and nutrition, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!